Welcome to Headphone News, Greater Vancouver edition for Friday, November 15, 2024.
British Columbia faces severe storm. A powerful storm, called a Pacific frontal system, is currently affecting British Columbia, Canada. Environment Canada has issued warnings for heavy rain and snow across areas such as Metro Vancouver, the Fraser Valley, and Vancouver Island. Some regions could see up to 90 millimeters of rain and 50 centimeters of snow. Driving conditions are expected to be hazardous, especially on Highway 3 from Paulson Summit to Kootenay Pass. The storm may also create high waves and raise water levels along the coast. Residents are advised to be alert for risks like landslides, power outages, and dangerous driving situations. This type of severe weather is typical for British Columbia during the winter months.
Drug arrests linked to Mexican cartels in British Columbia. 3 men were arrested in Surrey, British Columbia, due to their connections with Mexican drug cartels. These arrests result from a lengthy investigation by the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. During a search of a home, officers found multiple firearms, thousands of rounds of ammunition, and several kilograms of illegal drugs. One suspect is a Mexican national who entered Canada legally, while the 2 others are Canadian citizens affiliated with various criminal groups. This investigation started in 2021 with the goal of disrupting drug trafficking in the region.
Cheese theft attempt at Whole Foods. A theft attempt happened at a Whole Foods store in North Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, on the morning of September 29, 2024. Officers with the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, or RCMP, found a cart loaded with cheese valued at $12,800 Canadian dollars, roughly $9,495 US dollars, outside the store. The suspect managed to escape before being caught. Unfortunately, the cheese became unsellable after hours outside the fridge. Police credit their patrols in high-crime areas for helping to thwart the theft. They are asking anyone with information about the incident to step forward, especially as food theft, particularly of valuable items like cheese, is increasing across Canada.
Stolen logging truck recovers after chase in Quesnel, British Columbia. A logging truck worth 65,000 Canadian dollars was stolen from a business in Quesnel, British Columbia, in the early hours of November 13th. The theft also involved a trailer that was later abandoned. On the morning of November 14th, police spotted the stolen truck on Highway 97 south of Quesnel. The 29-year-old suspect tried to escape on a stolen motorcycle, leading to a chase that included the Royal Canadian Mounted Police and police dogs. Officers successfully arrested the suspect after the pursuit. He is expected to appear in court later today. This incident underscores the ongoing issue of logging truck theft in the area.
Canada Post workers begin nationwide strike. On November 15, 2024, around 55,000 postal workers in Canada began a nationwide strike. This decision followed protracted negotiations between the Canadian Union of Postal Workers, CUPW, and Canada Post that reached a standstill. Workers chose to strike over unsatisfactory wage offers and unsafe working conditions. The union claims that Canada Post did not provide fair pay or adequate job security for its employees. This strike coincides with the busy holiday season, which will disrupt mail and package deliveries across the country.
American arrested for vandalism at Tokyo Shrine. A 65-year-old American man has been arrested for vandalizing the Meiji Jingu Shrine in Tokyo, Japan. The incident occurred on November 14th when he carved letters into a torii gate, which is an important symbol in Japanese culture. Police arrested him on November 15th after reviewing security camera footage. The man and his family had come to Japan just days earlier for sightseeing. With nearly 27 million visitors this year, Japan is seeing increased concerns about tourist behavior. The U.S. Embassy is providing assistance to the suspect. This incident highlights ongoing worries regarding the effects of tourism on Japan's cultural sites.
Vancouver police investigate hate crime linked to Samidoun. On November 14, 2024, Vancouver police announced a hate crime investigation involving the group Samidoun, known for advocating for Palestinian rights. Authorities executed a search warrant at a residence in the 1800 block of East 1st Avenue associated with the group. One individual was taken into custody but was later released while the investigation is ongoing. This case is connected to Charlotte Cates, a prominent figure in Samidoun, who has made controversial statements regarding the recent conflict in Israel and Gaza. The situation has sparked important discussions about free speech and the role of advocacy organizations in Canada.
Taylor Swift's Eras Tour kicks off in Toronto. Taylor Swift's Eras Tour started in Toronto, Ontario, on November 14, 2024. This tour features 6 sold-out shows that celebrate the different eras of her music. Fans experienced an exciting opening night filled with vibrant stage designs and a diverse selection of hit songs from her albums. Tickets sold out rapidly due to high demand. The Toronto concerts showcased the city as a significant cultural hub in Canada. The tour is following local health and safety guidelines to ensure the well-being of all attendees. Having begun in March 2023, this tour has received widespread praises for its captivating performances.
Avian influenza outbreak in British Columbia. An egg farm in Abbotsford, British Columbia, is dealing with a significant outbreak of avian influenza. About 30,000 hens were culled after testing positive for the H5N1 strain of the virus. Farmer Mark Siemens shared the emotional impact of losing birds he raised since they were 1 day old. This incident is part of an ongoing challenge for Canadian farmers, who have faced avian influenza outbreaks since 2022. Additionally, a teenager in British Columbia is in critical condition, suspected to be the first human case of the flu in Canada. Health officials maintain that the risk of a larger human outbreak remains low, but this situation underscores the importance of biosecurity measures on farms. While farmers rely on government compensation to help recover, they still incur significant costs for cleanup and experience lost income. Support from the community is crucial during these tough times.
Cashback rebates transform real estate in Canada. Cashback rebates are changing the home buying landscape in Canada. This system allows buyers to receive a portion of the real estate agent's commission back after they purchase a home. In cities like Toronto, where homes often sell for over $1 million Canadian dollars, these rebates can offer significant savings. For example, one buyer recently received about 35,000 Canadian dollars back, which is roughly 26,250 US dollars. Many real estate agents are beginning to offer these cashback options to attract more clients. Experts advise buyers to do their homework before working with agents who provide cashback agreements. As more Canadians become aware of this option, the real estate market is growing more competitive, leading to better savings and more choices for home buyers.
Nantes, Quebec withdraws from rail bypass talks. Nantes, a municipality in Quebec, Canada, has decided to withdraw from discussions with the federal government about a rail bypass project for Lac-Mégantic. This decision comes after frustrations over poor communication from federal officials. Mayor Gendron expressed concerns about unanswered questions and the need for clear commitments. The proposed bypass seeks to redirect railway traffic away from the town, following a tragic train derailment in 2013 that resulted in 47 fatalities. Although the federal government promised funding for the project in 2018, ongoing delays have increased frustration among local residents. Officials in Nantes have stated they will not engage further without receiving definite responses and solutions.
Montreal dockworkers face legal challenge. The Union for Dockworkers in Montreal plans to challenge the federal labor minister's decision to initiate binding arbitration. This decision aims to end a lockout that has affected about 1,200 workers at the Port of Montreal. The lockout started on November 10, 2024, after workers turned down a final contract offer from the Maritime Employers Association. A similar situation is happening with port workers in British Columbia. Federal Labor Minister Stephen McKinnon has stepped in to direct the Canada Industrial Relations Board to help resolve these disputes. Unions are voicing concerns about worker rights in the arbitration process. These ongoing labor disputes reveal larger issues within Canada's labor sector.
Dakota Joshua returns to NHL after cancer treatment. Dakota Joshua, winger for the Vancouver Canucks, is making his long-awaited return to the ice. He will debut for the season on November 14, 2024, during a home game against the New York Islanders. The 28-year-old from Dearborn, Michigan, has recently recovered from testicular cancer, having undergone surgery in September after his diagnosis over the summer. Joshua described his recovery as challenging but expressed heartfelt gratitude for the support he received from family, friends, teammates, and fans. Last season, he scored 18 goals and contributed 14 assists in 63 regular season games. In June, he signed a 4-year contract extension worth $13 million Canadian dollars, which is roughly $9.78 million US dollars. The Canucks currently have a record of 8 wins, 3 losses, and 3 overtime losses this season.
Omar completes epic journey to Japan. Omar, a 30-year-old adventurer from Egypt, has completed an incredible journey of more than 46,000 kilometers across Asia. He traveled by boat, train, and camel, never taking a flight. Shared his experiences on social media, gaining over 750,000 followers. His adventure began in Egypt at a port on the Red Sea. He faced challenges along the way, including language barriers in Central Asia. Visited famous landmarks like Mecca and even tried sandboarding in Iran. The journey ended in Japan, where the weekend has drawn many tourists. Throughout his travels, highlighted the kindness of strangers, aiming to showcase a positive view of the places he explored.
Funding announced for new rental homes in Vancouver. The federal government of Canada has revealed a plan to provide over $574 million to build nearly 950 rental homes in Vancouver, British Columbia. This funding is part of the Apartment Loan Construction Program, which offers low-interest loans to support housing for middle-class families. One of the projects, located on 42nd Avenue, will create 211 new apartments. Harjit Sajjan, the minister responsible for Pacific Economic Development, emphasized that these homes will help meet the increasing demand for affordable housing in the city. This investment aims to tackle the housing crisis in Vancouver as the population continues to grow.
That is all the news for today. Thank you for listening to today's headphone news. News summary brought to you by AI.